Back on the Morning Brew with friends, and our new friend is Dr. Ursa Glaberman, a breast cancer expert at the University of Mexico Cancer Center, and you're wearing pink.
I am.
I should have worn more color and more pink today myself, because Saturday night's the big game.
It is.
The women's basketball team is hosting the Lobos Wear Pink game, right?
Yeah, the Lobos Love Pink game is a basketball game this weekend. The UNM women's basketball team helping to first celebrate the courage of our amazing breast cancer patients in the state of New Mexico, but also to bring awareness to breast cancer as it really impacts all of us.
Because the statistics are pretty shocking. 1,400 people this year will have will have a diagnosis. Yeah, about 1,400 women in New Mexico will be diagnosed with breast cancer this year. Fortunately, most of those patients are cured of their disease. The key to breast cancer is if it's caught early, it's really a truly curable disease. So we want to bring awareness about early detection and just awareness to the community about this disease. That's something rare and new, I think, too. I mean, it used to be a death sentence not too long ago, am I right? It's true. I mean, the number of women dying from breast cancer has been declining steadily over the last decades, and there's multiple pieces to that: treatment, early screening. All of those are important parts. But yeah, it's a disease that's curable. Again, caught early is the key. How does somebody make sure they catch it early? Is it self-exams? Is it making sure they see the doctor? I mean, how do you make sure you catch it early? All of those things. So certainly seeing your family doctor every year. Mammograms really are critical. I mean, you hear controversy about mammograms, but in women over age 40, I think there's no question that mammograms help detect breast cancer early, so it's curable. And then also, if you notice something abnormal on self-exam, absolutely see a doctor, see a provider. Yeah. Are there other signs you can look for? Are there ways you can spot it without doing those kinds of things, or are those just the best? They are the best. I mean, we want the earlier you catch cancer, and this is true generally, the more curable it is. And mammograms can detect breast cancer far before you could feel or see anything. So it's truly a screening procedure. How did you get involved in this? You're not just a medical doctor and see patients, but you also do research too, right? Yeah. So I'm a medical oncologist at the University of New Mexico Cancer Center. I'm a native New Mexican, but I also, a lot of my job is, I love my job seeing patients and caring for women with breast cancer, but I'm also a researcher. We have a really strong breast cancer program at the University of New Mexico with multidisciplinary providers, breast cancer fellowship trained surgeons, the only ones in New Mexico, a strong core of medical oncologists such as myself, plus radiation oncology, plastic surgery, the whole package. Wow. Then also, we're the only NCI designated cancer center in the state of New Mexico, and we offer truly cutting edge research for patients to participate in. Cool. How did you get involved though? What was it about you that, through your career path, what made cancer a thing that you got interested in? Well, I think first, during my lifetime and my career as a physician, I think we'll dramatically see breast cancer and all cancers change. The new therapies being developed are just truly remarkable. More and more patients are being cured of cancer, so that's an exciting thing to be part of. Yeah. But then also, it's just incredibly rewarding to work with breast cancer patients and survivors. They're some of the most courageous women you'll ever meet. And at UNMH, the cancer research part of it, I mean, how intense is that right now? I mean, are they really working on things that we will be able to say in 10 years we've killed cancer? I mean, is it... Absolutely. I mean, I think more and more cancers. I mean, cancer is a big group of diseases, and some we are making more progress than others. But there are some really cutting edge targeted therapies activating the immune system, which are getting a lot of press, which are really exciting as a provider. Are they really that promising? They are. They are. Very cool. Mm-hmm. What are some of the things the great myths about this? I know that everybody has their own wives' tales or their own thoughts about what will give you cancer, what will cure it, or what will keep it away. I mean, what are some of the things that have been basically proven wrong that a lot of people still think are right about this? Well, I mean, it's a complicated, it's a big topic, and as I said, there are many different cancer types. But in terms of breast cancer, we don't know why many women develop breast cancer, unfortunately. But there are some things. Is it genetic? Is it that's the big thing I hear, and you hear about people who have the genetic marker tests for that. We think about 10% of breast cancer is genetic, so that's a piece. And certainly if you had someone in your family diagnosed with breast cancer at a young age, that would be something to talk to your doctor about. But really the minority of breast cancers are likely genetic. And so it's a complex interplay of multiple factors. But in terms of prevention, certainly maintaining a healthy lifestyle, physically active, healthy weight, those are all things we know help to prevent breast cancer. Not too much coffee? Coffee, there's questions there. So really?
Okay. I drink plenty of coffee myself. So.
And what is some of the, you mentioned some of the genetic, I mean, some of the immune system things. What are some of the other more promising therapies that are coming out? And what are some of the crazy cutting edge things that UNM is doing right now?
Sure, absolutely. So there's a bunch of different pieces. And I think you can look at breast cancer treatment in two ways. There's things we're doing to limit the toxicity from our therapy, because that's a big part. You know, when people think about chemotherapy, it's a scary thought.
Well, that's like the cure is worse than disease in some ways.
You know, it really varies by breast cancer type, what I would say. And so part of our focus is on limiting toxicity and treating only those patients who really need the most aggressive therapy. But then also we're doing some interesting work with looking at math modeling to predict who's likely to respond to chemotherapy, which are those patients that are going to get benefits from treatment. By looking at their biopsies and imaging, we can help predict that up front so we can help tailor therapy. I think with a multidisciplinary team like we have, that's one of the things we can really do is specifically treat and tailor our treatment to that woman.
Yeah, and you guys are getting like huge grants every year for doing this too. I mean, what's one of the most exciting ones you think?
Well, I think that one of the major points is that we are an NCI designated cancer center. There's only about
NCI, National Cancer Institute? Okay.
National Cancer Institute. So there's only about 70 or so NCI designated cancer centers in the whole country, and we are one of them.
Cool.
So it's really a resource for the entire state of New Mexico.
And does that mean that somebody gets to, when it is a National Cancer Institute place, is that, when I think of that, I think of like really intense care. I mean, that's the kind of thing I think about, where it's like the worst of the worst kind of go there?
Well, I don't know that I would say that. What I would say is it opens up the possibility for us to open clinical trials that are open all over the country that are funded by the NCI.
Yeah.
It allows us to participate truly in the most cutting edge research out there.
That's excellent. That's cool. So how did you guys end up partnering with the women's basketball team? How did that come to be?
It's a wonderful thing. It's been going on for several years now. It's the Lobos Love Pink, and there are basketball games like this all over the country, actually, at different universities. But this one has been a really strong partnership to help, one, again, just really recognize the courage of our patients and celebrate, but also to bring awareness to the community.
Very cool. And the game, you know, we could get almost 18,000 people, I guess, in the pit now. So, in this case, when you do have awareness raised like this, do you find a lot of people coming in and saying, I found something in an exam, or I want to get a mammogram? Does it really, on your end, do you see the benefits from this
You know, I think it really helps. I think all the press that we can give to this and raise awareness, it does make an impact. I think more and more people are coming forward and understanding the importance of screening and early detection.
That's good. So what are some quick resources that somebody might want to go to find out how to do that personal screening, or where to find out?
Absolutely. So we have the Cancer Center website.
It's cancer.unm.edu.
That has some great links. The American Cancer Society also has great links. The NCI also has a good website with wonderful patient resources.
Great. And what, you know, if there's some kind of cancer you might be worried about, what do you type into the Google to find out which one you might have, or
they're pretty patient friendly, quite honestly. I mean, there's a lot of bad information about cancer on the internet, but there are some really strong sites, those that I've mentioned. But also, I think just talking to your primary doctor. I mean, you know, they can help guide you and dispel a lot of information. And if you need to see an oncologist, they'll get you in to see us.
And let you know that it may be scary, but it's not the big deal it was necessarily. It is more treatable now than ever before. Absolutely.
And I mean, I think there is nothing more important than just, you know, coming in, being seen, and we can help get the ball rolling.
And going to games wearing pink and hanging out. I mean, there is a fun side to this too. We can go out and have fun with it. It's cancer.unm.edu. Thanks for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. We'll see you at the game on Saturday night in pink. And more of the Morning Brew and Friends coming up.